Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. Today we're going to talk about why you should not buy a starter home. Don't do it. Let's begin. Number one, we're buying a house for $250,000 at 3% interest, and it's going to be a VA loan because I'm a veteran and I can do that in this video. Okay? After 5 years, we're going to sell this house. We have our starter home. We're just going to be me and my girlfriend, and then we're going to have a couple kids. Then, oh my God, we don't have space. We're going to move out. All right. That's the scenario. What are some of the costs of purchasing this home? All right. So you're paying $250,000 right off the bat. All right. You're not paying it in cash unless you're super rich, but you're taking a mortgage out. First thing you're going to have to pay is closing costs. You have to pay closing costs. The average closing cost in America is $7,500 right when you sign that closing paper. $7,500, right? That's cost number one. Cost number two, while you're living in that house for 5 years, you're going to have to make mortgage payments, right? I did the math for you, so you don't have to stress about it. The monthly mortgage payment for a $250,000 house at 3% interest is $1,054.01, all right? So if you pay that over 5 years, that's 60 payments totaling $63,240.60 of payments. But that's paying down your principal, right? Actually, it's not all paying down your principal. Only part of it is. How much principal do you actually pay down in the first 5 years of a mortgage? Well, you only pay down $28,232.44 of principal. Why is that? Well, it's called mortgage amortization, all right? When you pay your mortgage payment, you're not just paying the principal down, you're also paying interest. So every payment you make, part of that payment goes to your principal, which is your actual loan balance, and part of that goes to interest, which those big, fat, disgusting bankers are pocketing from you, okay? And the thing you need to understand is at the beginning of a mortgage, right, you're going to be paying way more interest every month. And then as you amortize that loan balance, I know, using big words here, I'm sorry. As you amortize that loan balance, the amount of interest you pay every month actually decreases. So you're paying a lot of interest up front. That's what that means. Just remember that concept. So in 5 years, you've only paid $28,000 of that loan, but you've paid $35,000 of interest. That is a cost that you're paying in those first 5 years of that loan. All right. On top of that, you got maintenance costs. When you live in an apartment, the one you're living in before you bought this starter home, you weren't paying any maintenance cost. You call your landlord, they come fix it for free. You don't have to worry about it. However, if you own your own home, you got to fix your own crap, all right? That cost is about 1% a year on average, all right? I'm using averages here. Your maintenance costs may be lower or higher, but on average, 1% of your home's value. So after 5 years, you've spent $12,500 on maintenance. That's a lot of money, all right? Now we're going to talk about divestiture. That's selling the asset, all right? After 5 years, you're like, oh my God, I need to get a bigger house. My kids are driving me crazy, okay? Well, hopefully your home is appreciated in value. And I was very generous in this example, all right? I said your home appreciated by 3% a year on the market. So the actual value of your home is $289,000 after 5 years. That's the average for America, all right? That's factoring in all those crazy real estate markets in LA and New York where a lot of people live, but a lot of people don't live there, especially people that I know. So this is a very generous assessment of how much your home might be worth after 5 years, all right? So now you want to sell this house. You put it on the market, $289,000. Oh, you got a buyer. Well, you got to pay realtor commissions, 5.5% of your home's value. That's only $15,940. Not a big deal, right? You got to pay that. You're the seller. Staging costs. You got to make your beautiful little home look pretty, all right? Somebody's not going to buy your house if they come and check it out and it looks like trash. So you're actually going to have to pay a decent amount of money to make your home look delicious and pretty, right? That's going to cost you about 1% of your home's value. Google it if you don't believe me. Repairs. There's going to be some crap that's going to be broken in your house, okay? you're going to have to fix it. The buyer may not want to buy it unless you fix that stuff that you broke. All right, that's going to cost you about 1% of your home's value too. May cost you more. All right, that's another cost of selling. And finally, seller concessions. All right, so if your buyer is like, hey, I want some seller concessions, you need to chip in more money as a seller to kind of sweeten the deal, make it more delicious and palatable. Seller concessions are usually about 2% of the home's value. So that's something you're going to have to pay to help sweeten the deal. You're helping defray some of the closing costs of the buyer. All right, that's something else you're going to have to spend. So if you look back up that list, there's a lot of red there. There's a lot of costs. And as you're going to see, you actually lost money on your precious little starter home. Now look at the right side of the screen. Boom. You sell your house for $289,000. Man, I made a lot of profit there. I can just use that profit to buy my new home, right? Well, you sell your house, you got to pay off your loan. $221,000 is left in your loan. What does that leave you? Oh man, look at that profit. I made $68,000. I'm so good at real estate. And then I come in and I'm like, actually, you suck at real estate. Boom. You add in all those costs that I talked about previously, $82,000. And that's being conservative. That's being generous, all right? Your home may not appreciate and value that much. Your costs may be more than this. These are basically the averages. Average means 50% may have more costs, 50% have less costs. So you could actually be losing way more money than this. So what is your actual profit? Oh, you lost money. You lost $14,489. Best case, all right? So tell me, why would you buy a starter home? It doesn't make any sense. It's not a good investment. The amount of money you pay when you first buy it and closing costs and the freaking interest you got to pay, and then you got to sell it and pay all these additional costs, it doesn't make any sense. So instead of getting a starter home where you start to build your family, why don't you have some patience, all right? Just wait until you can actually afford the home that you want. Yeah, you may have to rent. Maybe you can rent a bigger place if you can't stay in your apartment. But you got to rent until you can actually afford to get the home that you want for the rest of your life. If you sell a home, especially in the first couple of years, you're losing money out the butt, all right? But, not the other word, that's a bad word, okay? Does that make sense? Don't buy a starter home. Wait till you can afford to buy the home that you actually want. And of course, my beautiful face is covering this text, but I didn't include some other expenses such as, well, okay, you paid all this money for all these expenses. Well, now you're buying a new house. Now you got to pay to move your crap from your starter home, which is such a great investment. Yeah, I cut my finger. Don't worry about it. It's such a great investment. Then you got to pay moving costs. Then you got to pay closing costs on your new home that you bought. So that's even more of a loss. And this doesn't even include inflation, all right? So hopefully it's pretty clear in this video that it's not a good idea to get a starter home, all right? Hopefully I've saved you a lot of money, or you could just blow me off and go buy your starter home, but it's up to you, all right? If you like this video, please like and subscribe and share it to all your buddies. I'm spreading the good word of personal finance, all right? I'm making your lives better, and I would appreciate it if you paid me back by clicking a button, all right? You guys have a wonderful day.